Hi, Ethan.
Hi.
Want to watch me play some Blood Bowl?
Yeah.
Good. Excellent.
1474 min nags.
Because we're actually, I'm playing probably my favorite team. Well, not actual team, but team roster or race. The Pro Elves.
They,
Um,
I like pro elves.
they're really, really good. Well, they tend to die a lot, but they aren't pussies like Wood Elves, and they've got all of them have. No, I'm lying. Not all of them, but a lot of them have nerves of steel.
Yeah.
Which is probably one of their gimmicks. Well, elf gimmicks, which means that they don't care about tackle zones when picking up the ball or
Catching.
catching the ball or anything. Well,
Yeah.
that was a long ass wait for the game to get going. I should have edited that out. Oh well.
Two Bloodweiser babes.
Yeah. Two Bloodweiser babes and Wandering Apothecary. The the Bloodweiser babes make sense in a way. I mean, they do have armor value 7, so they're gonna get hurt more, but they're also gonna get knocked out more.
Yeah.
And this is I'm playing Orfeo, by the way. This is his Pro Elf team, the MS Painted Adventurers, and there are 13 of them. No, sorry, there are 12 of them. So I'm guessing he wants to keep them all as alive as possible. And I've got 13 players, so I can care less.
Yeah.
And for once, I'm I'm keeping Steve in since he does have disturbing presence.
Yeah, and that is good against elves.
It's especially good against Pro Elves since Pro Elves catchers are really fast and they've got nerves of steel and
Yeah.
catch.
Yeah.
So they're pretty much, regardless of where they stand, they're gonna catch it on a 2+ if it's an accurate pass. That's hard not to catch. And with Steve around, I don't even have to put him next to anyone since it's a 3 square radius. So as long as he's close to the catchers, it's gonna be at least one harder for them to catch.
Yeah.
And it doesn't even matter if they knock him down because
It still works.
yeah. So like out of 24 games, finally useful.
Steve finally starts. Good. Fucking Steve. Yeah.
Well, he would have started regardless because I wouldn't put Set in, not while defending, and our new player,
It's bad.
Vince. I mean, not the warrior of nutrition. He's good, and he's got
He
fruit
is.
and stuff, vegetables, which is nice. It's important to eat right.
Like, high elves are good at passing because they've got good throwers, and pro elves are good at passing because they've got really good catchers. And
Yeah.
that's probably the more important part, I'll be honest.
Yeah. I mean, when I play my Pro Elf teams, I like to the first skill on a catcher would be dodge, and the first skill on a thrower would be safe throw.
Yeah.
Because that's kind of like the one flaw in, well, everyone's passing game, but also Pro Elves, in the fact that interceptions and safe throw really lowers interceptions. And
I like
Orfeo,
pro elves.
yeah, they
2 dodges and then, oops.
well, my general strategy going into this game is not so much in trying to take advantage of their armor their 7 in armor value. I mean, I'll try and do that regardless because I'm going to punish them. But more importantly, putting up a proper screen because I mean, Pro Elves are. Thanks for that, hello Cow J. That's
Hey,
good.
he's still got his tackle zone, still stopping him.
Yeah. It's more important to put up a proper screen because they've got agility 4, which means he's gonna dodge a hell of a lot more than I am because he's much better at it. But 1 out of 6, he's gonna roll a 1. And I mean, as you can see, he's already used up one of his rerolls.
And one of his doctors.
Yes, that too. And that was all thanks to my screen.
Exactly.
But I mean, he's got a lot of dodge. I don't have a lot of tackle, and his blitzers all have block sidestep. One of them's got dodge #1, which is Dave Strider. He's also got movement, plus movement, so he's got 8, 3, 4, 8 for his stat line.
Yeah.
Block sidestep and dodge. So his blitzers are going to be really hard to knock down. So it's not. It's in my best interest to make him roll as much as possible, and at the same time, when I can, use my Chaos Warriors to stand next to his more dangerous players, because he's not going to want to punish my Chaos Warriors as much, because he's going to need more players in the vicinity to give assists. So I'm betting, because I would play it that way, that I would probably rather dodge away from a Chaos Warrior than try and knock him down. Because if he can dodge away from all of my guys, so they're standing free, I can only blitz and hurt one of his guys. So I'm not betting, but I'm thinking that's going to be his strategy.
And if you can only blitz him, you're probably not going to use the cow.
No.
Because it's your only actual offensive turn, so it's a good safety precaution in that way too.
Yeah, I'm going to be using Kozilek. Block, dodge, mighty blow, and tackle. If I'm forced to only do one blitz.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is a pretty standard opening, I would say, for Pro Elves. The ball is a bit far back. He didn't since he failed his dodge. He didn't manage to get anyone through in the last turn. But he's probably going to put up both his catchers, which are #4 and #6, which are actually the ones that are standing there.
Yeah.
And they've all got catch, nerves, and lodge, both of them.
Yep.
So they're going to be hard to knock down. And if I don't knock them down, they're going to catch the ball real easy, like.
And then score really easily too.
So I would do the same as Orfeo's doing here. Move the thrower back and hope I'm out of range, which I think I am. The only one in range is Mr. the Fister, and he can't get to the thrower, even if he would dodge, rather. So,
and having the 2 catches deep is also trying to force you to break up your screen.
Yeah.
To cover those guys. It's pro elf play, professional elf.
Here's I'm in general, when you're trying to there are kind of 2 schools of trying to defend against elf catchers. You either put your players ahead of them on the pitch, like I'm doing, or down below. The point of having them ahead is that you can try and intercept the ball.
Yep.
And having them below means that he's either going to dodge if he wants to go forward, or he's forced to dodge through me. I'm putting them ahead here because I reckon I need to try and get that intercept. I'm not.
Yeah.
I don't expect it to work, but I need to have at least a decent chance of rolling a 6.
Especially with Hadwick.
Yeah, I mean,
and stuff. So they're like reasonable at that sort of thing anyway.
I mean, yeah, Hadwick, which is number 11, he's got extra arms, so he's going to be better at intercepting. Ragnar, which is guarding the other catcher, has plus agility, so he's also going to be better at catching the ball.
Yeah, and Ragnar did that intercept when he only had 3, so that means he's definitely going to do it now.
And right now, as you can see, I'm moving Steve back into a position where he covers both of the catchers.
Yeah.
I mean, he could jump up with not jump up, but he could run away with his catchers out of Steve's range, but then he'd have to pass a longer pass, so
Yeah.
it's still worth it.
No, this is going well so far.
Yeah, I mean, playing against pro elves, all he needs to have is like one guy standing in throwing range, and he's going to have a decent shot of scoring. So, I mean, it looks good, but you have to keep like in the back of your mind. You have to remember that elves can score with like 5 players or less. All you need is just throw around the catcher, because he can easily move that ball all the way down to my end zone and score in this round, which is probably his plan. I think this was from the get-go, kind of, not that we talked about it, but Orfeo knows I'm playing a very elfy chaos, and he's going to want to try an elf because that's what he's good at. Score quickly, and then try and somehow knock the ball loose and throw it away and score again.
Yeah.
I'm guessing that's his plan, because he's not going to be able to go head-to-head with me in a 2-1 like bashy play style, where he holds out till the last turn in the first half and then let me score quickly and then score again, which would be like kind of like regular tournament play if you want to play cautiously. So this, from the outset, I think both of us were expecting a pretty goal-oriented game.
Yeah.
And now he's just being a jerk, punching my guys.
He wrestled you, but you won't let you wrestle him. He's seems a little unfair.
So as you can see, he made it all the way. So I need to decide who to actually use to intercept. And the thing is, Steve is actually just as good at intercepting as the other two. Well, Mikey and Steve are equally good. Well, actually, Mr. Hadwig is also only one tackle, so.
Steve, I hate him.
Why?
Because he sucks, and I think he might have just been pretending to suck all this time. He was actually really good all along.
Well, he had to roll a 5+.
I just don't like being lied to, especially by fictional GOAT athletes.
Well, maybe. Fair enough. I don't really have any kind of argumentative defense against that.
But you've still got all your rerolls. He's only got one. It's the third turn.
Yeah, I mean, that's what happens. I haven't looked at the stats so far, but I would be very surprised if he rolled less dice than me. I haven't been rolling almost any dice other than like block dice. And now I need to try and figure out where to go with Steve, which is a bit tricky.
The other end.
Yeah, but it's Steve. He sucks.
Yeah, he sucks.
And
bad.
That freaking blitzer has sidestep, so he's going to go stand next to Steve now.
Yeah, you helped him out.
Yeah, I did. Luckily, I've got Hadwick.
He's marginally more successful. He's not.
He's not.
He's
No.
really not.
I mean, this is one of those instances where you realize that sidestep is really good, but as soon as you start like depending on sidestep, like going, he's got blodge and sidestep, I'll just put him here, so he'll be annoying. He
dies.
Yeah, your opponent's just gonna roll straight pows. Freaking sidestep.
Good job.
I'm trying to figure out what to do, because I've realized that I can't run away with Steve. There's nowhere safe for him to stand, so I'd rather have him by his buddies, making up tackle zones and also making it harder for everyone else to pick up the ball.
Yeah, his big stinky aura.
Yeah.
Ragnar. Well,
it only took 3 skulls.
yeah. And where's he going? Where's he choosing to die?
Over there.
That's not even in the way or anything.
Nope. We've talked a bit about Orpheus Pro Elf team. We haven't talked too much about it. What do you think of his build so far? Because this is around 1800 team value. A bit less, I think.
I really like his thrower.
Yeah,
with +1 agility and 8 armor, so he's really good at throwing and won't die.
Yeah, we talked a bit about it before the game started, and said we would talk about it now. And I would have to agree. For his first skill roll, he rolled agility, which is a no-brainer on an elf team. You want 5 agility, and then I'm guessing since he picked armor value, he rolled a 6 and a 4. I mean, had he rolled like double 5s, he probably would have. Not probably, but he could have gotten other better skills. I don't know.
Yeah.
Had he rolled double 5, I probably wouldn't have picked armor value. But if you rolled 6-4 on an agility 5 elf, which has armor value 7 from the get-go, I would say it's a pretty decent pick. Because
yeah, like that's the biggest leap in survivability is from 7 to 8, I think.
Yeah. It's pretty much. I mean, for me, it's almost the only point where it actually makes sense to use it.
Yeah.
Oh, freaking! Why am I re-rolling this?
I don't know.
Oh, that's why.
Oh. I see.
That's what I wanted to do. Well, that makes sense.
Yeah. And it worked out perfectly.
Yeah. Plan coming together. And you got stunned too.
And you badly hurt that other guy with Dio. He's got a couple of guys with guard and plus strength as well, which doesn't happen on elf teams.
No, he's got a line elf with plus strength and block. And another one with plus agility and block, which is really nice. He's got 2 line elves with guard. One of them's got guard block. The other one's got guard and movement decrease. I'm not sure. I haven't decided personally if I want to put guard on my elf players. I tend to do it, but what I find is that it kind of tricks me into playing bashier than I want to.
Yeah, you then leave the guard guys hanging out next to people and they get punched.
So, I mean, guard is really good, but it's really good if a lot of players have it standing next to each other, and that's not going to happen on a pro elf team. I mean, it might. 2 guard is actually really good on a 12-man elf team, but it's a tricky one because it makes sense on like a skill level. It's a really good skill, but it also forces you to play in a bashier way that doesn't really benefit elves.
Yeah. And because he's got guard, he won't have block or dodge.
Yeah. And
he doesn't benefit from the guard, so he's the target number 1 to get punched by the other guy. And he won't hang around long with only 7 armor.
Which is, you're going to see that a lot. I tend to punch the guard guy if I can, the one that doesn't have block. It does make a bit more sense if you get block first, but guard it's a double roll. So if you get it, you're probably gonna pick guard. If you roll double on your first on a line elf, guard is really tempting. It's tricky. And well, Steve got punched.
Well, he did touch the ball.
True enough. I mean, he's done his bit now. It's actually
and then the elf flies away.
Yeah, it's one of those players that I really didn't want to get hurt in this game because he's actually surprisingly useful.
Fucking elves.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah. Well, he's only KO'd, so he might come back.
He might come back, and his freaking guard block guy is holding the ball now. Which
that sucks.
Mm-hmm.
But wasted a lot of turns.
Wasted a lot of time. It's considering we both kind of, I'm guessing, expected a fast touchdown game. This is really dragging on, and he's all out of rerolls.
And now he's punched.
Orfeo's got one guy with wrestle on his team, number 8. I reckon that wrestle is really good elf skill.
Yep.
Because people are going to punch you, and if you've got block, they're going to punch you again. If you've got wrestle, I mean, I've noticed this myself when when I played this game. I'm not as interested in blocking the guys that his one guy that have wrestle, because it negates my block skill, and I don't want one of my Chaos Warriors down on the ground. I don't plan on. I'm not much of a fouler, so that kind of, in a sense, means I won't try and foul his wrestle guy as much as maybe someone that likes to foul a lot. But I don't know. I like wrestle and dodge on my line elves if I can get it. Haha!
Hell yeah.
See?
It's especially good against like Chaos and Dwarves, because then the movement difference for standing up is just so huge.
Yeah.
Like he can run twice as far after getting up than the Chaos Warriors.
Yeah.
But it's like, oh, just leave the team in the dust.
Okay, I'm guessing we're watching defenses. There we go. Okay, let's go pick up that ball.
Okay.
I mean, it kind of feels like I've got a whole lot more players right now on the pitch than he does. That's partly true, but it's also because he's got his team color is white, and we're playing on a snowy pitch.
And a lot of them are laying down.
Yeah. So they kind of disappear.
It's like the frickin' ref when you play goblins.
This is once again kind of tricky. I'm not sure where I want to put Mr. Hadwick, because I don't have a proper cage to put him in. So I mean, his number 10, which is, well, that's just a line elf. That's the guard block one. But say his number 2, John Egbert. Block sidestep, mighty blow, and more specifically jump up, is going to blitz him.
Yeah.
He might try and get a dodge guy over there. Dodge a guy over there to give an assist. I doubt it, since he's out of rerolls. But it's one of those situations where, you know, fine, you picked up the ball, but you're still gonna get punched.
Yeah.
So you're just hoping that he's not going to be able to do much.
Like
Which
that.
he didn't.
Okay, I think Hadwick might be on his way to another level up. Look how fast he is. Jesus Christ, Hadwick.
He's really fast. His number 13 is the other thrower that has block accurate. Also good pick on an elf thrower block.
Yep.
Only got 6 movement. So he can reach Hadwick. And I think... his number 11, which is the plus strength block line elf, can also reach him. Well, that guy can't reach him anymore.
Just putting bodies in the way.
Yep, that's the plan. I'm actually playing the changers in a very elfy way. I know I keep saying that, and people accuse me of doing it all the time. But putting bodies in the way, not in tackle zones, I would argue is probably one of the greater elf tactics. Getting a lot of tackle zones, making sure it's going to be hard to dodge, rather than just standing next to a guy and either trying to punch through or dodge away.
Yeah. Actually, are any of the changes near a level up?
No, not really. I think Skull Poker still needs like a touchdown.
Yeah,
but
well, KJ's 2 Kaz away, so that's not bad. Vitti will never score, so
yeah.
that's
And I
not
mean,
an issue.
Let's see. Skull Poker is he's number 6, so he's pretty much in the wrong place.
Bodies in the way.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see what happens. Oh, KJ, no.
They're being mean to him.
Yeah.
Oh!
He's okay.
He's a cow.
He is a cam. But he'll be back.
He'll be back. All he has to do is... if only I had some Bloodweiser babes.
Don't call it a comeback. He's been here for years.
Ah, Kosile.
You're bad.
Have him blocked and dodged. What a guy.
and tackle just still. Well.
So since the cow has been knocked out, I kind of want to score.
Yeah. Yeah.
Since he's not going to be able to score in one turn, and I might get a blitz. But most importantly, if I score this turn, the cow and Steve gets to roll and see if they get back in,
Yeah.
and then once again at halftime. So that's my plan. Unfortunately,
He'll get
there
one
are
of
two.
his badly hurt guys back.
Yeah.
The one he doctored.
Yes, he will. But
That's not that bad.
it's not that bad, and I can live with that. I want my cow back.
Yeah, it's definitely better for you.
Because I'm gonna lose more on being down players than he is.
Yeah.
I mean, right now I'm knocked down players because I've got 13 and 2 of them are knocked out. But they're kind of, I wouldn't say the cow is a key player, but
he's a presence on
yeah.
the field.
And Steve is definitely a key player for my defense.
Skull Poker.
Yeah.
Oh, he's 1 point away. Hurt him, Johnson.
Yeah. This once again is one of those instances where I really want. Had they not had sidestep, I could have pushed both of them out of the way.
Yeah.
And now I can't. Now I need to dodge, or blitz. but blitzing is usually bad. And I know people are going to ask me why I'm going down and then up. I'm checking out, seeing how many players. And there's a very simple reason for that. If I fail to dodge, it's going to scatter around 3 of my players.
Yep, it'll be in more tackle zones.
Yeah, because had I moved upwards and it scattered out, he would have picked up the ball, passed it to someone else, and then run away and scored. Because he can score. Right now it's just a bit tricky, but it's not tricky enough. Right now it's kind of tricky. He's only got his blitzers there, and they don't have nerves of steel.
Yeah.
See?
And that guy's getting punched.
That guy's getting really punched. Unfortunately, he's got mighty blow. Sorry, I mean sidestep. And I need to figure out who's actually going to score.
Yeah.
Which is even trickier.
Ooh, this is actually tough.
Mm-hmm.
Sidestep standing still, idiot. Okay, let's try again. Much better.
Yeah. There we go. Now this is a bit of a bitch. It's my last turn.
you fucked up.
What? No, we'll get back to that later. I haven't fucked up yet.
Oh.
First, before I try and score, I want to punch some guys.
Yeah.
Oh, useless. Okay, so I need to use Skull Poker to pick up the ball, and then hand it over to Mikey.
But
the handover itself isn't the tricky part. The picking up is the tricky part, because Mikey's got, as we know, an agility increase, so he'll pick it up on a 2. So that should be fine. Ooh, exciting.
it's making me nervous, is what it's doing.
There we go. And all he has to do now is...
He's too going for it. Well...
I've also used my reroll in case you...
Yeah.
Let's go!
You tricked me!
I did! You got tricked! And also possibly punked, or any other... You've been X'd!
Yeah, I've been X'd.
You're on candid camera. No, you're not. One up me!
Yep, perfect end.
Let's see what happens with our guys before we go. Well, he's doesn't need to use
they're
his,
dead.
He
They're
doesn't
so
need
dead.
he doesn't need to use his Bloodwise babes.
Yep.
And
got 2 guys and
I could really use some.
yeah.